Hey everybody, welcome. It's Thursday, March 13th, 2025, about 8 p.m. Eastern. Let's go ahead and jump into our end of day analysis. Had a good day, made about 6 grand on one of my new XFAs, so that was pretty sweet. And then had a pretty good day on my personal account, so happy about that. Using my levels, using my analysis. There's lots of people in the Discord using the analysis, using the levels, using the directions to make money. And that's what it's all about, guys. Like, me doing it for you doesn't do you any good. It doesn't help you change your life. It doesn't really make a difference for you, right? Because if I trade for you or you want to follow me directly and then something happens to me and I can't trade for you every day, I'm talking about on the live streams and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't do you any good in the long run, right? So the more you pay attention to this analysis, when the course comes out, when we do live streaming together, the more you get to understand this for yourself and the more you take personal responsibility and personal initiative to start using this analysis to make money, the faster you're going to reach your trading goals. And that's what I'm trying to do here for you guys, is give you the blueprint. So I hope it's helping. If it is, please do like and comment on the video. It helps a lot when you guys make an effort to help spread the video to the YouTube algorithm. Appreciate it a lot. We got a ton of people on the wait list now for volproedge.com. So if you're not on that wait list, go to volproedge.com, sign up. You take a short survey, tells me more about you, what you want. And yeah, it just allows me to basically tailor everything I'm doing to you guys and your needs, because that's what it's all about, right? I need to be able to teach something to you guys the way you want it being taught and all of that. Because if I create a product that nobody wants, then what's the point of that, right? So go to volproedge.com. A lot of people have already done that. Really cool. We've got great momentum. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the analysis, and then I'll show you the NASDAQ intraday charts where I had a pretty good day today, XFA and personally. The ES here is what we're starting with. And what we can see here is the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, all these work together to form our analysis and what we expect over the next 24 hours, right? So for ES, I think in yesterday's analysis, I was looking for some support here, and that just didn't end up holding. The NASDAQ worked a lot better. And if you remember the NASDAQ levels that I called out, I said, look, I think NASDAQ's the one that I like the best because of what the NASDAQ was showing me on the daily chart. I think if I recall correctly, I said, hey, ES, maybe be careful. I expect a little bit of a choppy range bound day. Ended up being a move to the downside. But this is the key, guys. You're not going to have a crystal ball. You're not going to forecast it perfectly every day, obviously. But if you know the markets not to trade, and then you know the markets to trade because your edge is showing you that you should be trading that market that day, that's going to help you tremendously, right? And that's what it's all about, is eliminating the stupid trades, the over trading, the bad days, getting caught off guard. Eliminate all that stuff. Come into the day with a plan, trade the plan, stack the probabilities on your side, and then you'll make consistent money. Less is more, guys. I can't really reiterate that enough, that less is more. Everybody thinks you got to trade every day. You don't. Just wait for your spots, right? And use the analysis. It's going to help a lot. All right. So where are we at for today with ES? I mean, we're probably gunning for this 5,500 level is my guess. You did have a pretty good move to the downside. The volume picked up a little bit there, so you might have a little bit of a bounce here. If this particular daily pattern here into this old daily trend support low, if that was at a better weekly level, then I would be more inclined to want to buy this for a push higher. And don't get me wrong, we might get a squeeze like this. It could happen, but I just don't like where this is happening quite yet on the weekly chart. So do I want to buy the ES here? No. Would I want to sell it here? Certainly not. So what would I do? Nothing. So there it is for the ES. Just don't do anything, right? Unless you want to maybe get yourself into trouble and have a bad day. So ES, I would say just stay out. Let this market tell us more about what it wants to do. I am going to still be looking to pick off a long, but maybe more down toward the 5,500 level on ES, in the coming days. So let's keep our eye out for that. All right, so the NASDAQ is definitely looking better. It's looking stronger. Remember, I come into these daily analysis videos with you guys. I'm just looking at the charts, trying to get a sense for, what I see and what's going on. And these markets do influence each other. So the fact that the NASDAQ here, you can see it held this trend support low. We held our pink dot here, right? The live cyan held there. So the NASDAQ's looking to me like it wants to push up. That's what I'm seeing on the NASDAQ right there. So I would definitely be in favor of buying the NASDAQ here. That's a nice pattern. We're still at this quarterly level. Sure, we've broken through it a little bit, but remember, these are zones. I'd be looking to go long the NASDAQ here. I like this pattern as long as these lows hold. It looks like the NASDAQ's trying to prepare for daily congestion entrance up. Okay, so look for your key levels in the NASDAQ here. 19,275. That's where I'd be looking to get long anywhere in here, maybe even right where we're at right now. And then you're just going to have to keep an eye on this 19.6 level. If we start to break through there, you probably got clean sailing to these highs at least at 19, 8, 19,800. So keep an eye on the NASDAQ there. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I'm going to be looking to buy. And here, I'll show you what I did. So remember yesterday I said I thought we expected support here on the NASDAQ, right? But when we opened and price immediately started dropping and I could see that these dots were all pushing down, that's where I caught a short. So even though I'm bullish in the sense I think we're trying to round the bend here, I still took a short on my XFA and made 6 grand, 5,900 actually. And the reason for that, I can show you on the NASDAQ intraday charts here. Remember, my intraday charts, this is the 50,000 volume bar chart here, and this is the 10,000 for the NASDAQ. I use volume charts because they plot much better than time-based charts, in my opinion. Bar charts with my indicators, way better than candlesticks and bull flags and bear flags, in my opinion, of course. Do what you got to do, whatever works for you. This works for me. So what I saw last night, and this is why I was up managing this trade till 2 in the morning in Costa Rica, which is why I'm very tired today. When you trade till 2 in the morning, then you got to wake up with pregnant wife and kids. It can be exhausting sometimes, but hey, for 6 grand, I'll do it. So here's what I saw overnight, right here as we started to break through. So remember, we don't know any of this is going to happen. I just saw this here. We started to break through these lows, and on my 10,000 volume chart here, let's go ahead and go all the way back right in here. This is where I shorted at 529, if I remember correctly, which you can see is on the charts right there, which is coming across, right in here. And this is right where I shorted. And the reason I shorted there is because you see how this 10,000 volume, it broke these pink dots here. That's key. So I said, okay, I'll short here. And I was looking for a move all the way down into 7.9, didn't get there, picked up support. I held through this pullback. And then once we got right back down here, I took my profit. And as you can see, that was the right thing to do. Doesn't always work out like that, but I was playing the probabilities. And when I could see support coming in here, I booked my $6,000 in profit and I was done and I went to bed, which was great, right? So what did I do though later in the day? Well, I'm going to show you guys here. This is pretty incredible. So just so you can see how these levels work, I called that 19.4 and 19.3. Those are my levels. Well, 19.4 right there. Great bounce for, a solid 160 points. Not that you're going to catch all of it, but still great level, great bounce. Again, right there. Great level, great bounce. And guys, in the course, in the live day trading room, I'm going to show you how to use the intraday charts to confirm these levels. That's where the beauty of this system comes in. And these are the strategies and the approach that have allowed me to make so much money with prop firms and now just scaling it up to my own personal account. I mean, this is what you got to look for. And this is what I look forward to sharing with you guys live every single day in the live day trading room, which we will be launching probably in 3 weeks. My developers working on the trading view indicators. Right now, I got Sierra charts ready to go. Those of you who like Sierra charts, we're all good. But I know a lot of you use Trading View, so I want to get these ready for Trading View. Eventually, we'll do NinjaTrader, and some other platforms. But basically, you could see, the levels were holding nicely here, and so I didn't do much in here because I slept in. I had other family things to do. I already made my $6,000 on that XFA overnight. But what I saw right here, right there, bang, right at the value area low of the day. I've got some beautiful indications here that that's an exhaust on my 50,000 volume chart. And then what you can see is I was just waiting over here. I can tell you exactly right there. Boom. That long right there, challenging those lows right at this exhaust. That was great for a long, and I definitely got a nice piece out of that. And these are the kind of things that I just can't wait to do with you guys live, okay? So these levels, they work. But the day is fluid, it's dynamic. You have to read the market. You got to know what's going on and wait for your spots, right? That's the key. So the NASDAQ was definitely a good day for me. Hope it was a good day for you guys too. Comment down below if you had a good day or if you struggled, tell me why. I'll try and answer your comments and Yeah, help you as much as I can. All right, so I'm going to be looking long the Nasdaq. I definitely like that right here. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. Putin could come out and be like, you know what? I talked to Trump, and we've got a good path forward for the ceasefire, and the markets could love that, and the indices could rally, especially the Nasdaq, right? So that's what I'd be looking for here on the Nasdaq. Let's go ahead and quickly look at the Dow, see what we got shaking over here. Then we'll go to bonds, gold, silver, and we'll wrap it up with a dollar and Bitcoin. I'm pretty tired today from being up late trading my own account and then doing a bunch of family stuff today. We're looking to get our 5-year-old daughter in school here, so we're looking at some private schools. We got meetings and all this kind of stuff, guys. I got to interview nannies and midwives and just the family stuff. All right, so the Dow here, I mean, definitely looking the weakest of all of them. We've been talking about that, but we are at some key weekly support right now. We really are. That daily right there is picking up all these dots right here. So, yeah, I mean, the Dow could also squeeze. I'd be super careful shorting down here. I certainly wouldn't. Would I long the Dow here? No, I would rather long the NASDAQ because it looks stronger. Okay. So that's what I would do there with the indices. The NASDAQ is my favorite. It won't always be that way, but for right now, when you have, companies like Amazon, Apple, Nvidia, these are the heavyweights of all the indices, but especially the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq just seems to respond better than some of these other indices. All right, let's see what bonds did. Let's look at the 10-year note. Um, there was a little bit of a reprieve. People were not buying bonds and notes as much. We were starting to leak lower, which means the fear trade was maybe a little bit subsided. I still think it kind of is subsided a little bit. Yeah, so challenge these lows, pushing higher here. I mean, I don't really see notes squeezing up here. Anything's possible, but I would expect it to pick up these dots here and maybe just continue to be under a little bit of pressure. If that happens, then that's good for the long on the Nasdaq. So keep an eye on that. Would I trade notes outright here? No, I wouldn't. Look at this chop. No thanks. I'm just using the notes and the bonds as a proxy and a gauge for what I think will happen on the indices, specifically today, the Nasdaq. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump over to gold, silver. Yesterday, I said I expect gold to continue to catch a bid, silver as well, because we broke through some key resistance levels. I don't know what they did. I didn't trade them last night, but let's take a look. I did call out some key levels on gold. Yeah, look, gold just squeezed straight up. So look, even if you weren't able to catch that squeeze, these are hard to catch. At least you're on the right side and you're not looking to short gold here, because I'm telling you, we're breaking through key resistance. Don't short gold. You save money, right? So that's the important thing. So it looks like gold is going to try and squeeze here on the weekly, at least up to this pink dot right here. That's our extension dot. Very, very important. That's coming in at, let's get the exact number, 30.15, right up in there. So, gold, I wouldn't be longing up here. I wouldn't be shorting either. So I probably just wouldn't do much. If you got a decent pullback, intraday down here on gold, let's go ahead and draw this. So if this were to pull back down in here somewhere and you get a good long, that might be good for an intraday play right there into 29.70-ish, right? So keep an eye on that for gold. Definitely, do not get caught shorting gold here at all. We broke through some key resistance. Let's look at silver. Silver as well, I think, had a good day to the upside, and we said, yeah, stay away from shorts. And guys, you just have to go where the fruit is hanging the lowest. The low hanging fruit is what you want, the easy fruit that you pluck from the tree. You don't have to be climbing the tree searching for fruit. That's how you get yourself hurt. You fall off the tree. That's like trading markets when you're on the wrong side of the market. You're trading the wrong markets on the wrong day, and you smoke your account, you bruise your confidence, you feel terrible. That's what this analysis is designed to help you avoid, right? I want you guys to have success here. All right, so yeah, silver definitely continued to squeeze higher. I did call out that 33. I said I think if we get down here into the pocket, it would be a good buy. We didn't get down there. We just squeezed. So that's fine. If you got a piece of that, great, good on you. But if it doesn't come back into the zone, you don't get your level, you don't take the trade. No big deal, because there's other markets that will come into your zones. They will come to your levels. You do take the trades. That's where you make the money. You don't have to trade every market every day, every level, right? So just keep that in mind. So yeah, silver, same as gold. Looks like it probably wants to continue to squeeze higher. Definitely wouldn't short here. Would I look for a long? Okay, maybe, but back down in here around 33.80-ish. if your intraday charts confirm that. But right now, I think the Nasdaq's looking like the best opportunity so far for today. Let's go ahead and look at crude oil, see what we got shaking here. We'll look at a little natural gas, the euro against the dollar, and we'll wrap it up with Bitcoin as always. Let's go ahead and let crude load here. All right, so crude continues to be under pressure here. I think yesterday I said don't really mess with crude, but if we were to get a big dip down here to 66, that could have been a good spot to long. It didn't get there, no big deal. You didn't trade it. Right now, I still wouldn't do anything with crude. I mean, we're in this tight range, not a lot to do. It looks like it's going to continue to be under pressure. And look, if Putin comes out with accepting the ceasefire with Ukraine, natural gas, crude could take a hit. NASDAQ could squeeze. So this is how we're putting all this together. But look, why would you want to get involved in crude right here? You wouldn't. So don't, right? We don't even need to let it finish loading because I can just see right here, it's not a day I want to trade crude. Now go back to the analysis video I did here at the close of that day. I called that level right there at 67.40, I believe it was. Nailed that to the absolute wall, 40 to 50. And that was the day where I felt very confident. I said, hey, look, that's a good spot to short crude. Those are the moves we're looking for. Those are the moves we're waiting for. And they come on different markets at different times. And they just rotate back and forth. And you just wait for those good signals. And you can make a lot of money and do very, very well. The key is to stay out of the bad trades and don't force things, okay? So for crude, I just wouldn't do anything here. Let's go ahead and look at natural gas. All right, so while nat gas is loading, we said, yeah, we expect nat gas to continue to be under pressure here. It was because we identified that we broke through that key support level there. We broke through that low. So I said, yeah, maybe natural gas right there into 4.4 is a good short. It didn't get there. So what? Look, you didn't miss anything, right? Horrible day, choppy, but at least you're on the right side, ready to fire if it got into your resistance zone. So where's my resistance zone for natural gas in the next 24 hours? Yeah, right in here at about 4.3, right in that pink dot, envelope top. That 4.3 to 4.35 zone, if it got up in there and you're a natural gas trader, that's probably where I'd be looking to short because the monthly is coming out of an exhaust, quarterly as well, weekly's rolling over. Natural gas looks like it's going to be weak. So that's what you want to use to your advantage if you're a natural gas trader, okay? All right, let's go ahead and look at the euro against the dollar, and then we'll finish it off with some Bitcoin. And guys, just a little bit about the Vol Pro Edge slogan here, trade different. The reason I selected that was because I was inspired by Apple and Steve Jobs. He had think different. I know it's not grammatically correct. He did that on purpose. It should be think differently or trade differently. But he had a reason for saying think different. I said, what is Vol Pro Edge? Well, it's trading differently. So trade different is the slogan of Vol Pro Edge. And just like when Steve Jobs released, I think it was the whatever that little iPad player was back in the day. You guys know what I'm talking about. The little thing where you could play music, the iPod, right? Everybody was like, oh, this is a horrible idea. Nobody's going to buy that. And then when he released the iPhone, people were like, nobody wants that iPhone, right? But he was thinking differently. And now everybody wants to use Apple products. Well, Vol Pro Edge is like that. Trade differently. When people start to understand the power of what's going on here, this is where they're going to want to be. And you guys who are here now, you're here at the early stages. You've got a good jump on all this. Pay attention to these videos, learn, because when I launch the course and we start doing the full end of day analysis where I'm teaching, we do our live trading room where I'm teaching and trading and showing you how we use the intraday charts to execute these levels every single day, right? The more you pay attention now, you're putting together a solid foundation for something that's going to benefit you enormously in the months and years moving forward, right? So pay attention because this is the future. Because this is using data that's giving you the best reads on the market. If you go look at a candlestick chart and try and make sense of that, some people can do it, but it's not a logical approach. You don't have rules. You don't have, a systematic approach to your trading. I have all that, which I'm going to teach you in the course and show you how to execute it in the live day trading room, where we're looking logically at the flow of the market from type to trading, the patterns, the levels, where the dots are matching up. And when you start to understand how this all works together, it's going to blow your mind, right? So you guys are in the right place. Please like, share, subscribe, help the channel grow. That's what it's all about. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm trying to add value. So please help me out as well. I appreciate it. Because guys, the more people we get over at Vol Pro Edge, it's going to help me make the price lower for you guys, right? Because if eventually we got, 500 people paying a small amount a month, that's better for you guys. It's great for me. Whereas if we have, 50 people who have to pay more because of my time and live trading. So the more we spread this, guys, it's going to benefit everybody. Okay. So please do comment on the video. I think a few days ago, I asked you guys, I said, please comment on these videos. Tell me what you're trading. Give me some questions. That video where you guys stepped up and commented, we have like 900 views, whereas normally we get like 250 views or something, which is good for a channel with 530 subscribers. Don't get me wrong, even 250 views is fantastic. That's like a channel with 50,000 subs getting 25,000 views. So we're doing great, but you see the impact when you help out and comment. Those are the videos that the algo at YouTube starts pushing, and it really helps us out, and it helps out your fellow traders because you're bringing them over to something that works and can potentially change their life if they're willing to work hard and study this. Okay. All right. So here's the dollar. I think I said that against the euro. I said that's the support. You probably want to look, if you're going to look to buy down in here somewhere, that is what ended up happening. You're pulling back. You're at this daily support level. I think you got some good. I wouldn't trade the euro here, but I'd just be keeping an eye on it. So if bonds stay under pressure, the 10-year note, if that stays under pressure, if the euro here picks up this support, which it could, and we just kind of hang out here, maybe push a little higher, that's going to be boding very, very well for our long on the NASDAQ, right? Now, if something happens and the dollar just, the euro gets very weak, this goes down, the dollar's getting stronger against the euro, bonds go up, yeah, then you got to be a little careful on your NASDAQ long. Maybe if you are long, you don't hold your runner because you're looking at the dollar catching a bid, that's fear. You're looking at bonds catching a bid, that's fear. But I'm expecting bonds to be under pressure and the euro to remain stable here, which means that there's less fear in the market, which means that, hey, maybe some good things are happening with the talks between Putin and Trump and who knows what else. And so then we want to look to long the NASDAQ, right? So these are the things you got to keep an eye on, guys. Trading is not easy, and you got to watch all these things, right? It's not just waking up in your pajamas. There's a bull flag, I'll take it. Oh, I lost, poor me. When am I ever going to get good at trading? You're going to get good at trading when you take it seriously and, treat it like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to be a very expensive hobby for you, I promise, because you're competing against people like me that don't have it as a hobby, but live and breathe these markets and go in prepared every single day. And it's a zero-sum game, right? The people who prepare and make the money, they're in the top 5%, top 1%. They take all the money from the 95% who, treat it as a hobby. So I'm trying to help you not treat it as a hobby, okay? Because I want you guys to be on the right side of this market. And I hope eventually, after several years of doing this, we've got our own group of traders where a ton of you have been on Top Step TV and you're talking about something that helped your life. You're making money. You're consistently getting payouts because of what you're learning here. That's my goal. Like, I've already gotten a lot of payouts. I'm going to get a lot more payouts. My personal trading's going well. And don't get me wrong, that's awesome. I'm super stoked about it. It allows me to live a great life, take care of my family. My wife doesn't work. We're here in Costa Rica. Life is good. But what gives me that extra, bit of satisfaction and motivation is now if I can have 50 or 100 of you go on to be, hugely successful traders, that's awesome. And that's what I think is very fun at this point. So that's what I want you guys to do. All right. So that's the euro. Corn's been a mess lately. I'm not going to cover that right now. Let's finish off with Bitcoin, see how Bitcoin did. Because again, Bitcoin's going to tell us, it's a proxy for how much risk people are willing to take. And we match that up with what's happening on the dollar against the euro, what's happening on bonds, what does the NASDAQ look like, what does the Bitcoin look like, right? Then we have a good picture of what we think is going to happen over the next 24 hours, right? And that's what it's all about. Let's let Bitcoin load here. And then we'll go ahead and say goodbye. Join the Discord. The link is in the description below. A lot of great people in there, great traders. We talk after hours. We go over things. I'm often in there at night when I have these trades on. I'm like, guys, I'm short right now. And, if people want to, jump on and take advantage of that, great. I'm not right every time, but probably going to be more right than the average person. So Discord is a good place to get a read on these things while I'm doing them, live in real time. And then eventually 2-3 weeks from now, when we actually launch the course, launch the live day trading room, then you'll be able to be there with me during the day while I trade. You can ask questions, we can go over different markets, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. All right. So Bitcoin, yesterday we said we entered daily congestion up here because we got a close right there. Now we're pulling back into the support level. I like this. That's a good long pattern for Bitcoin. I like it. It looks like NASDAQ. I'd be looking long Bitcoin here. I really would be, along with the NASDAQ, especially if the euro can hold those support levels and bonds remain under pressure, and the 10-year note specifically. So keep an eye on those things, you guys. Good luck for the next 24 hours. Please do comment on the video and like it. I get back to all your comments, guys. I really take pride in doing that. So if you have a meaningful comment or a meaningful question, I give you all that I got, and I try to help you. So anything you can do to help out the channel would be awesome. And again, go join the waitlist at volproedge.com. There will definitely be special perks for those of you on that wait list when we do launch here in a few weeks. You're going to get way better pricing. You're going to get way more personal attention from me because you guys were the ones there at the beginning when we launched all this. And that means a lot to me. And that's how I want to get back to you guys. All right. Take care and have a good 24 hours of trading. And I'll see you in the Discord. Otherwise, if you're not in the Discord, I don't know why you're not, but then I'll see you here on YouTube tomorrow night when the market closes. Cheers, guys. Take care.